This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, you know, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, yeah, I mean, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're going to leave it at that. Okay?
So earlier today, I talked about Nicki Minaj and all those fraudulent charges on her American Express card. Well, now all these old tweets from Cardi B are coming up. And by old tweets, I mean tweets from 2 weeks ago. But when she was beefing with Nicki on Twitter and they were talking about each other's kids, this one tweet kind of foreshadowed what's happening right now. So let's take a look. Quiet as kept, the truth is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and you also on heavy drugs, cocaine, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that have the power is Kenneth Petty, but you know what happens with that Amex when you sedated. This is Cardi implying that Kenny, Nicki Minaj's husband, is the one running up her credit card bills. And because my timeline is so messy, this tweet came up right after that one. Kenneth Petty sneaking back in after crushing up a third Benadryl in her tacos, and it's Tom with a Hello Kitty Visa credit card just sneaking back in. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But again, people are saying that it was her ex-stylist.
I wouldn't want to be Jay-Z right now because 50 Cent just put him on blast and things are spiraling fast. The whole situation exploded after rumors started spreading that Roc Nation might be planning something serious against Nicki Minaj, something that could leave her broke and stuck under a conservatorship, similar to what happened with Wendy Williams. What makes this even crazier is that 50 Cent supposedly knew about all of this long before the public did. He's the one who allegedly warned Nicki that powerful people in the industry were trying to quietly take control of her life and her money. Fans were stunned, whispers spread everywhere, and Nicki began posting online about betrayal, secret motives, and people close to her who might be pretending to care while working against her. The drama escalated instantly. People started asking whether she might be the next major celebrity trapped in a system designed to take advantage of artists who refuse to play along. But this wasn't just about a few vague hints online. Things were about to get much darker, and what happened next shocked everyone watching. The rumors about Roc Nation's supposed plan became even more disturbing when new details surfaced. Word going around was that they intended to have Nicki labeled with a list of mental health disorders, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and a few others, all to make it easier to push her into a conservatorship and seize control of her assets. It sounded extreme, but fans quickly pointed out that the entertainment industry has used similar tactics before. Many believed it wouldn't be the first time mental health claims were used as a weapon. This is where 50 Cent allegedly stepped in. According to insiders, he notified Nicki before anything could happen. He understood that without certain protections, she could be at risk. This is also where her husband, Kenneth Petty, becomes a major factor. In situations where conservatorships are involved, marriage can actually work in a person's favor. A spouse often becomes the first person with legal authority over finances if something goes wrong. For that reason, insiders claim Roc Nation supposedly began building a quiet narrative that that painted Kenneth as unreliable or dangerous, hoping to separate him from Nicki so she wouldn't have that protection. People online started comparing Nicki's situation to Wendy Williams and even Britney Spears. They noticed familiar patterns: attempts to isolate, smear campaigns, financial manipulation, and strategies to break down a public figure until they were easy to control. And just as the conversation grew louder, a viral interview poured gasoline on the fire and revealed how deep this alleged plan might really go. Everything blew up after Nicki appeared on The Breakfast Club. During the interview, she clashed with Charlemagne and Keisha Coware over comments made on the show. The moment the interview made it online, it spread instantly. Within minutes, Nicki jumped onto X, formerly Twitter, to respond. She accused Keisha of trying to replace her, of chasing the spotlight, and hinted that Keisha's position in the industry wasn't an accident. Her post made fans believe she was signaling that something much bigger was happening behind the scenes. What shocked people even more was Nicki mentioning Wendy Williams. The two had never been close, and Nicki bringing up Wendy's situation made fans feel like she was trying to warn them that she could be next. The timing was suspicious, and the internet exploded with theories. People replayed clips, zoomed in on screenshots, and analyzed every word Nicki said. Her tweets were sharp and unapologetic. She called Charlemagne a fraud and reminded everyone of his long-standing connections to Jay-Z. She suggested that certain powerful people were using media personalities to spread misinformation, damage reputations, and control artists by shaping public opinion. Suddenly, this wasn't about a disagreement during an interview. It felt like Nicki was exposing a larger system built on silencing and tearing down artists when they become too independent. The reaction to the interview didn't just spark outrage. It opened the door for fans to see what might be happening behind the scenes. People began noticing how narratives were forming, how certain topics were amplified, and how information seemed to be released at convenient times. It looked less like coincidence and more like a coordinated effort to isolate Nicki from the people who support her. Every tweet and every comment she made seemed to reveal another piece of the puzzle. Then, just when everyone thought they had seen the worst of it, Tasha K entered the conversation with her own set of claims, turning the drama into something that looked more like a full-blown conspiracy. Things escalated again when Tasha K started sharing what she allegedly knew. She has a reputation for revealing insider information, and this time she claimed that Roc Nation was trying to influence Nicki the same way Wendy Williams was handled. According to her, the strategy was bold and far from subtle. Create damaging stories, spread lies about Kenneth, and make Nicki look like someone who couldn't handle her own money. The end goal, she suggested, was to set up the legal grounds for a conservatorship that would put someone else in charge of Nicki's entire life. The first step in this alleged plan, Tasha said, involved going after Kenneth. Roc Nation supposedly planned to spread rumors that he was irresponsible and untrustworthy, even though he had known Nicki since childhood and had always been a solid source of support. If Kenneth could be discredited or pushed out of the picture, Nicki would be far more vulnerable. In that weakened position, it would be much easier for someone else to convince a court that Nicki needed a guardian to manage her finances. Tasha also explained that marriage often protects celebrities from conservatorships. Many stars who were placed under this type of control weren't married, which left them with no one who had automatic legal authority. Because Nicki had Kenneth in her corner, it created a barrier. But if someone could destroy his reputation, that protection would disappear, making it easier to push their plan forward. Her statements painted a disturbing picture. Fans started connecting the dots between Nicki's recent conflicts, her sudden rush of emotional posts on social media, and the alleged attempts to separate her from loyal people in her life. It no longer felt like random drama. It felt like she was defending her career, her finances, and her independence. At this point, the situation didn't look like a rumor anymore. It started to feel like a lesson on how power, influence, and money can be used to control artists behind the scenes. And just when it seemed like things had reached their peak, even more information surfaced, hinting at financial manipulation and leaked details that added another twist to an already overwhelming story. The situation took another wild turn when new rumors about Nicki's finances began popping up online. People started saying that her former assistant, Kadia, and her old friend, Ra Ali, may have been involved in misusing her accounts. According to the chatter, they had access to her passwords, Apple ID, and even her credit cards. And some of that private information may have ended up where it shouldn't have. Fans immediately started digging, trying to figure out whether her financial records had been tampered with, and social media lit up with theories about who was pulling the strings behind the scenes. Making the situation even messier, old tweets from Cardi B suddenly resurfaced. A few of her posts from weeks earlier hinted at problems involving Nicki's money, including jokes about Kenneth supposedly handling her finances in suspicious ways. At the time, the tweets seemed like harmless jokes, but now they looked more like clues pointing towards something bigger. People online couldn't resist connecting everything together, treating the whole situation like a mystery that was finally starting to make sense. Nicki added even more heat to the story when she began posting AI-generated videos of Jay-Z. One clip showed him speaking with a strange, distorted face, and Nicki captioned it with lines like, "I am your karma," making fans think she was sending direct messages to those she believed were targeting her. Nothing she posted seemed random. Every video and every caption appeared to be carefully chosen to draw attention to the chaos surrounding her, while hinting that she knew exactly who was trying to undermine her. Meanwhile, Kenneth's name kept coming up because he was supposedly standing between Nicki and complete financial vulnerability. According to the rumors about Roc Nation's alleged plan, making Kenneth look irresponsible was a major part of how they hoped to isolate her. If public opinion shifted against him, Nicki might be pushed into a position where she didn't have anyone close to rely on. Once that happened, her finances, and possibly her legal rights, could be easier for others to control. By this point, the situation wasn't just internet drama anymore. It had turned into a complicated storyline involving leaked information, personal betrayals, and accusations of industry manipulation. Just when everyone thought the money-related rumors were the final twist, 50 Cent stepped in and took the whole thing to a new level. Things escalated fast once 50 Cent got involved. He's known for speaking his mind, and this time he aimed directly at Jay-Z. Fans immediately noticed the timing. 50 had been keeping a close eye on Diddy's legal problems, and he believed that Diddy and Jay-Z were connected behind the scenes in ways the public didn't fully understand. To him, Nicki's situation didn't seem isolated. It felt like part of a pattern. 50 didn't hold back online. He started posting memes, jokes, and unflattering pictures of Jay-Z, including a photo of a milk jar with the label missing right above Jay's head. Everything he posted seemed designed to grab attention while stirring curiosity and outrage. Then, he revealed his biggest move: plans to create a documentary exposing Diddy, Jay-Z, and other powerful figures in the industry. He claimed the film would reveal hidden agendas, shady business moves, and untold stories about how decisions at the top affect artists like Nicki. According to people close to the situation, 50 had even reached out to some of Jay-Z's inner circle, and a few of them agreed to appear in the documentary. They allegedly confirmed parts of the story about a plot involving Nicki. Although none of this has been officially verified, it added more fuel to an already huge fire. Fans began comparing 50's posts, Nicki's cryptic messages, and the rumors circulating online, trying to map out the connections between everything happening. His involvement also sparked new discussions about responsibility within the music industry. Some people applauded him for trying to protect Nicki, while others thought he was just adding more noise to an already tense situation. Regardless of the mixed reactions, one thing was undeniable: 50 Cent had brought massive attention to what Nicki was going through. He pushed the conversation into mainstream discussions, forcing people to look closely at how powerful figures in entertainment operate. With all of this happening at once, the clash between Jay-Z and 50 Cent, Nicki's financial concerns, the resurfaced tweets, and the online theories, fans could feel the intensity rising. Each new rumor or social media post opened another door, revealing a deeper layer of the story. It became nearly impossible for the public to ignore, especially as the situation grew more personal for Nicki. By now, the journey has taken us from online arguments to possible conservatorship plots, financial tampering, and major industry feuds. Nicki Minaj, one of the most influential artists in music, is suddenly at the center of a storm filled with hidden motives, leaked information, and rumors that could affect both her career and her private life. Everything, from the viral Breakfast Club interview to the allegations shared by Tasha K, points to a deeper plan that, if true, would leave Nicki in a vulnerable and potentially dangerous position. Kenneth Petty appears to be her strongest shield in all of this. Insiders claim that as long as he remains close to her, she is protected from the kinds of legal traps that have affected other celebrities. On the other hand, removing him, or tarnishing his reputation, would make it much easier for others to gain power over her finances and possibly her personal decisions. That's why fans believe so many stories have targeted him lately. Whether these efforts will work or backfire remains to be seen. 50 Cent's public fight with Jay-Z adds yet another layer of suspense. By openly calling out major industry leaders, he has shifted the entire conversation. He's not just talking about beef, he's suggesting there are hidden power plays that affect the lives and careers of artists. His memes, his comments, and his plans for a documentary have kept millions of people glued to the unfolding drama. The money-related allegations, credit card misuse, leaked passwords, rumors about Kenneth's role show that this isn't just a matter of pride or reputation. Real finances and years of work are at risk. That's why the stakes feel so high. The situation touches every part of Nicki's life, from her music to her marriage to her long-term security. In the end, fans are left with countless unanswered questions. Will Nicki be able to protect her career and her financial independence? Can she stay ahead of the alleged plots around her? Or will this become another case where a superstar loses control of her own life because of forces working in the shadows? One thing is clear. This story is nowhere near finished. Each new update keeps the world watching, posting, and debating what might happen next. This saga is far from over, and the next chapter could be the most shocking one yet. That's it all.